Good morning. It is Saturday. I hope that you are all doing well today. So, what happened was, in my Unplayed series, I began the game AI the Somnium Files, the first one. And I set it aside for a little bit, but then the story was kind of itching at me, so I was like, you know what, I'll try to finish it off stream. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a spoiler-free review of AI the Somnium Files, the first game. It's not actually called AI the Somnium Files, the first game, it's just called AI Somnium Files. But to differentiate it from AI Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. Hi, Blur Echo. So, spoiler-free review of the first game first. Then, spoiler review. Then I'm gonna go into the sequel. So spoiler-free review of AI Somnium Files. I liked the story. Some people thought that it was too raunchy. I mean, it definitely has mature/immature humor. But I felt like it didn't detract too much. And within the context of the ending, I also felt like it made some sense as well. I did not care for the puzzle solving. The puzzles in Zero Escape, I much prefer, because in Somnium, a lot of things don't necessarily make logical sense, and so that's not super great for my literal brain. And, you know, there's some things where it's like, you're having to guess, or you're having to do the wrong thing first in order to save time. It got to the point where I was so frustrated with the final puzzle in AI Somnium Files. I tried and failed 4 times, and I just looked up a walkthrough, because I was like, I just want to see the end of the story, because the story was very compelling. The puzzles I did not particularly care for, but it wasn't bad enough to stop me from finishing the game, so I guess take from that what you will. I do still think it's a worthwhile play, particularly for Uchikoshi fans. And now I'm going to go into my spoiler review for AI Somnium Files, the first game. This will also contain spoilers for the other Zero Escape series games, which are 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, Virtue's Last Reward, and Zero Time Dilemma. This man, Uchikoshi, found a way to make you the villain again in a 4th configuration. He did it again. It's to the point where if Nirvana Initiative does not have you somehow, in some configuration, be the villain or related to the villain in some way, that will be a twist in itself. Yeah, and I particularly liked the explanation for why the eyes were missing. And in AI Somnium Files, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's gross, but it makes sense. And the fact that Date is probably going to be in this game, but is gonna have a different body and a different name? Probably. Because Date was an invented identity and his body was borrowed from the villain, so interesting stuff. And that's also why I was saying that the fact that he was such a perv kind of made sense canonically, because he was in a body that had a brain-damaged brain that was being medicated by oxytocin. So, like, it kind of makes sense that he was so horny all the time. They didn't explicitly say that, but to me, I was like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We'll have to see if it's any better now that he's back in his own body. Something else that also totally broke my heart in the original game was the fact that even in the endings where you think that you saved Iris, you didn't actually save Iris, you saved So in Iris's body. And that's why she didn't wake up before the end happened. Cause she was gonna, I mean, So would probably wake up and be like, okay, this is my life now. I can make this work. I'm an internet idol. You know, yeah, this is a little bit awkward, but I think he would be Machiavellian enough to make it work and be like, yeah, and then I'll just go into politics and, you know, basically I just got 100 extra years of life. But yeah. I'm kind of amazed that I mean, I guess it's because the government has kept it a big secret, but I am amazed that no one has used this yet to try to live forever. Because you could. I don't know if y'all ever saw the CW series The 100, but there is a plot point about that, where, yeah, if you can copy your brain over into other people, you can live forever. And should people actually have that power? Probably not. Okay, so I think that's everything I had to get off my chest with AI Somnium Files. Thank you for humoring me, Blur Echo, and others. So now we're gonna have to go into this one, and we're gonna see, does this have similar gameplay? Does it have similar plot lines? Super Bass pretends he was here. Totally. Yeah, I mean, Super Bass, all you missed was I was talking about spoilers for AI Somnium Files, and tangentially also the Zero Escape series, which, I mean, we played through the entire Zero Escape series on stream, so I'm pretty sure you were there for that, but if you are interested in my discussion or review, I'll always post this video to my YouTube. But yeah, we're just about to jump into this. You might have been here for the preamble and tabbed out during spoilers. Fair enough, fair enough. I would recommend, I would say you linked to a friend earlier. Nice, thank you. I would say that Super Bass, if you are interested in playing through AI Somnium Files yourself, I have a suspicion that this game may spoil some things from the previous game. Just because of the things that happened at the end of the previous game. I'm not sure how they'll be able to get around it. Oh, most story-based games aren't for you? No worries? Okay. He's looking for a new factory game, so you linked to play Nirvana Nuts. Even though I was pulling my hair out. Dude, I you know, Autonauts, I feel like could be okay. It's just not for me. It feels too much like being productive. Yeah, but I would say, even though I pull my hair out, it still shows off gameplay flow. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, if you don't care about story spoilers, feel free to stay. I will say I do think that the story was the best part of the first game. The puzzles are not my favorite, but they might have improved that for this one. We don't know. And like I said, was not bad enough that I didn't play through the whole game. So let's give it a shot. We're going to play in English. Yes. Select difficulty. Difficulty setting for QuickTime events that occur during investigations. Recommended difficulty for QTEs should provide just the right amount of tension. Relatively easy difficulty. I hate the QTEs, so I'm loving this. Personally, you think Nirvana Initiative is a step down from the first game, but repeats different mileage. Yeah, it seems like I'm actually kind of fingers crossed that I'm gonna like it more, because some people were saying that it is a bit different. But like I said, I almost quit the game because I did not like the puzzles, and I looked up a walkthrough for the final puzzle because I was like, I just need to know the ending, and I'm glad I did that because I liked the ending. But for the QTEs. Difficulty setting for exploring memories in the dream world. So recommended setting. Time reduction speed normal. Interaction times normal. Retry count 3. Blah, blah, blah. The difficulty setting can be changed later, so I'm going to leave the Somniums on standard. The QTEs I freaking hate, and I wish it was just cutscene. So, we're gonna leave that. Can be changed in the option menu. Yep, we're gonna do that. Game features autosave. Story is a work of fiction. You know, a friend who hates effectively every QTE ever made. QTEs are the bane of the existence. 210, A Strange Tale, Converge Chapter 0.
Where am I?
You okay, Ryuki?
So Letters got some insider info of a new game free coming to Steam that I foretold. What? Don't remember this. Hearthstone Steam data was data mined. So that means that it's coming to Steam? They're like, we can't let Arena leave us behind. Okay, cool.
All right, let's keep going. Next question. In Indian mythology, what is the name of the half-god, half-beast spirits that imbibe sense and are known for their musical ability?
I don't know. Would I like to view the tutorial? I guess. Investigation. Inspecting people and objects will progress the story. You can freely move the cursor and camera. First look around you and set the cursor on objects that interest you. When viewing a person, options and look will be displayed. By choosing a topic from the options, you can talk to them. By choosing look, you can observe that person. Makes sense. Boss.
What? You're joking, right? What are you talking about?
From the log, you can view the conversation log. Okay, so
Just press the button
this seems pretty
See
much.
that button on the table, right? Push it, and you get to answer the question.
This seems pretty much like how it works. So, click off it here. Oh. I was trying to move the camera. Oh. Okay. I don't know if that's different than before.
That's
Answer
the answer
button.
button for the quiz. Why don't you press it?
Tama, you mean this button?
Yeah. You better hurry, or the other teams are gonna answer before you.
But I don't know the
Here
answer.
we go. Team Popo was the quickest. And your answer is?
In Indian mythology, what is the name of half god, half beast? It's in quiz. Place your cursor on the host and try answering the quiz questions. Date. That's the one that sounds the most Indian, so I'm gonna say that one.
That is correct. The answer is Gandharva. Team Popo gets 10 points for the correct answer.
Good job, Ryuki. Keep it up.
Oh,
Okay, let's keep going then, shall we? Are you familiar with the new Cyclops serial killings?
Snaps, we're gonna get information about the last game.
No, not you, Mr. Ryuki.
This question is for that person on the other side.
who was that?
Monitor.
Hurry now, your answer, please.
Okay, well the answer is I do know about them.
Oh, and Team Popo presses the button. You must be ready to answer. Ah, but I want you to take this question very seriously. The new Cyclops serial killings. The incident in which many victims got their eye gouged out in murder. Are you or are you not familiar with it?
This will determine if we can dig into the details of that incident in the coming 6 days.
In other words, we're asking if we can give you spoilers for the first game.
Thank you for spelling that out for me, but oh my god, there's a way you can play through the game without getting spoiled for the first game?
But don't worry. Even if you don't know anything about it, it won't affect how you progress.
So it's optional.
The Cyclops serial killings and what you're about to experience, they've got nothing to do with each other. Promise.
So please, just tell me honestly. Are you familiar with the new Cyclops serial killer?
Okay, well, answering honestly, yes I am. So again, spoilers be warned.
Are you sure? Don't be lying now.
We don't wanna spoil it for anybody who
Let's give
hasn't.
you a simple test.
It's
just to make
it's so easy. Like you could be spoiled by like a single sentence. So I get it.
The one who resolved the new Cyclops serial killings was Kaname Date of Abyss. On the final day of that investigation, someone was shot in the leg by the culprit. Who was that someone?
So part of the problem is that obviously there were multiple paths. And so I'm remembering Boss being shot in the leg, but I think that was a different timeline. Who was shot in the leg in the final timeline?
No need to give me their last name. First name only, please.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I remember that. You remember this? I feel like it was either Mizuki or Iris, because I remember they were holding each other up, but I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, if you remember, that would be great. I'm pretty sure it was one of those two, because I remember them holding each other up, but I can't remember who was holding up who. It was Mizuki. Okay. That is what my guess would have been, but I couldn't really remember.
Not bad. You're correct, but you could have just gotten lucky.
Okay.
Who is the true culprit of the new Cyclops serial killings? Answer
That's
with
easy.
Just the first name.
I think I'm spelling that right.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
No! sure you really know? Well, even if you didn't, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
It has no effect on how you progress through this game.
It was well fun.
Oh, did you hear that sound? That means the next question.
Did
will
I
be
just
the
miss the
last.
ability to learn? I must have spelled the name wrong.
Are you ready? A precognitive dream
Ah! Thank you, Blurneco. Yeah.
is a dream that lets you see the future. But these precognitive dreams, are they really, truly real?
FYI, we're probably in a dream right now. Because these people being all like this, that's kind of a dead giveaway.
It can't be.
What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay?
It's like this might be a Mizuki all grown up.
Be careful, Mizuki. I've detected a biological response.
Aw, Aiba's with Mizuki now.
3 o'clock. Distance of 315 feet. In the middle row of seats.
Doing QTEs now. Thank God for easy mode. One mystery that the game never explained was Mizuki's supernatural strength. They were just like, yeah, she's strong, to deal with it. You gain special visual information. Right now you can use zoom night vision mode function. Select the zoom NV icon to inspect the enemy in the audience seat. Cool. Audience seat.
Iva, zoom in. Night vision mode.
Roger that.
I don't see anyone.
X-ray. There is definitely someone right there.
Use the X-ray net.
Understood.
Okay, I don't know why I had to click over here when the person was there, but sure.
Found you. Who is that?
Identity unknown. Judging from their figure, they appear to be female.
Ah, so she's jealous, huh? I bet that's it. Why else would another girl target me?
You can't think of any other reason?
Well, sure, but I'm really cute, you know? That's why other girls don't like me much.
I'm fairly certain that has more to do with your personality.
Yeah.
Mizuki, load Evolver with a stun grenade round. You should be able to knock your opponent unconscious by detonating it near them.
Got it.
You know what I think? I think I mixed up Saito and Shoko's names. to get Shoto. I think that's what happened.
I will display the alien reticle.
Dude, multiple choice. Have you ever heard of it?
Take aim and hold on it.
That's nice. I remember when I used to do the clicking, I had to like click a million times in order to get it to shoot. Super annoying. That time I only had to click once. So this is already an improvement.
Detecting the target's footsteps. They seem to be heading toward the stadium exit.
Ugh. Can't let them get away.
Mizuki, wait. Even you won't be able to catch up to them. More importantly,
Gotta deal with the body that's out there.
yes.
Whoops. Well, I guess we could look at the log, eh? There's something there. Yeah, alright.
Hey, that's...
You recognize him?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I'll never forget. It's... the left half of his body. His name is Jin Furue. I remember it clearly. 6 years ago, at Studio Divita. The right half of his body.
Ryuki, what's wrong? Pull yourself together.
Boss, where am I?
Don't tell me you were sleeping. Who falls asleep in the middle of a live stream?
All the old
Mr.
friends.
Ryuki, you're working under boss, right? Boss, have you been giving him vacation time?
She's probably working
Young
to the
Mizuki.
bone on his off hours.
I resent that. That is not true. I just have him scrape the stratum corneum off my heels every once in a while.
Heck is that? With the dead skin? That'd be gross.
Hey, Ryuki. Are you sure you're alright?
Oh, yeah.
All right, now that Mr. Ryuki is away, let's get back to it, shall we? Here we go. Next question.
This man has a cube-shaped head.
Which Taoist symbol, shaped like interlocking black and white commas,
Yin Yang.
represents the origin of all things?
What the?
The effects of playing too much Minecraft?
The blackout?
Perhaps.
What are you standing around for? Get the lights.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh, crap. So this is the second half of the body showing up 6 years later? They must have had it in cold storage. Hi, boss.
You do know I'm the commander of Abyss, right?
Right, but that's why I'm asking. Isn't it a bit weird for you to be at a crime scene in person?
This case is special. I saw it too, 6 years ago. The other half of the corpse.
At Studio Divita.
And the HB case is still open, even after all this time.
So Mizuki is an
Reputation
adult
of the
now.
whole department hangs on this case.
She was like 12 or 13 before.
By HB case, she is referring to the half-body serial killings, so named because the victims' bodies were cut in two. The culprit is known as Terror. Their identity is unknown.
Get it? Get it? Because terror is someone who tears in half, but it's also terror, like, scary. That's funny. It's funny.
6 years have passed since Terror first made themselves known, but we have yet to find any promising leads.
I already know that. You don't have to explain it.
He was explaining for us. During investigations, Iba and Tama talk. Trivia and additional information can be found at the top of the screen. Oh, tear has two meanings. Tear as in tears you cry. The other tear means to rip something. The culprit of the HB case is more a reference to the latter. By adding ER at the end of tear, we get terror. This is just a bonus feature, so you don't need to read it to progress the game. Great. Because it scrolls by really slowly.
Of course. Not.
What? Why not?
Because you're only 18, Mizuki. You're still a student at Sekiba High.
But I barely even go now. I graduate in a month. I hardly have any classes left.
The point is, you're still a student.
Then why did you let me join Abyss?
Because I thought you had potential as a singer.
I assume your gargantuan strength and combat ability were a factor as well.
But you're basically still an intern. You've only been training for about a month. It's way too early to put you in the field.
Yeah, there was precedent for her sinking abilities in the previous game. Should I ask about Date? Spoilers?
Why? What is it?
Well, I was just wondering if he contacted you or anything.
I would have let you know right away if he did. Date was caught in that explosion 6 years ago.
And has been missing ever since. Date's body was never recovered from the scene. Don't worry. I am positive it would take more than that to kill Kaname Date. I am certain he's at the Hot Springs District in Atami or someplace, spending his time in leisure.
If he is, I'd go down there and drown him in that boiling water myself.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
Please, boss, I have to. This case is...
Can you not give me the puppy dog eyes? You know I'm weak to the puppy dog eyes.
Back then, I was Date's partner. Ever since the explosion, he's been missing.
Fine, but promise me one thing. Swear to me that you won't do anything dangerous or illegal, no matter what.
Yeah, I swear,
And one more thing. I am your superior. You should address me with a little more respect.
10-4, boss man. I read you loud and clear.
Do you?
It's snowing, but it hasn't piled up yet.
Yeah.
By the way, Mizuki,
What's this?
this is the field before law enforcement arrived. Notice anything peculiar?
No, nothing in particular.
The turf runs a considerable distance and is wet from the snow. If someone were to step on it, they would leave a trace. However,
There aren't any footprints.
indeed,
Then, how did the body...
unknown. Perhaps they descended from the sky, or rose up from the ground. They teleported here.
teleported?
I was joking. Do not take it seriously.
That's... definitely Jin Furoe.
Yeah. The same face we saw 6 years ago at Studio Divita.
Way too free?
Jin was a young industrialist. He was quite famous, and often made media appearances. This cannot possibly be a stranger who happens to look like him.
QR codes? Oh boy, should I be scanning those?
Would you like to check the...
Yeah, that's unlike...
You could say...
No way.
How's this?
Thanks. I see now. That body is definitely just the left half.
Sense, I mean the right half was 6 years ago, so...
Wow, my name is Kagami.
It's next.
I've finished gathering DNA samples. It's being sent to forensics now. I'm sure the results will be out shortly. Of course, ma'am. It's Jin Furoe. don't think there's anyone in our generation who wouldn't recognize him. He was famous until he passed away. Well, even after he died.
And 6 years ago, I was part of that investigation too.
Were you at the studio by any chance?
You don't remember? We did talk for a bit.
Sorry, don't remember. You don't leave much of an impression. In a good way.
In a good way?
What? You really don't know? I'm Detective Ushidera, Special Investigations Office, MPD. I don't even have to ask about you. You're Mizuki Okira. Ah, but Okira is your former name. You've been adopted by Date, if I remember correct. You were at the studio when the other half of the corpse was found.
So I take it you were there too?
Yeah. Back then I was on the investigation team. Though you were 12 at the time, so I can't blame you for not remembering me. I heard you became a special agent at Abyss. That boss lady got her claws in you, huh? This little girl gets hired as an investigator. Guess they'll take anyone they can get.
Abyss is a particularly special organization. Mizuki was hired via what might be referred to as extra-legal measures.
Oh boy.
I should be asked. You're the one who discovered the body rot. You were also at the studio 6 years ago. Quite a coincidence, don't you think?
He thinks it was me.
What are you trying to say?
Why did you come here?
I got a Nile message. It said HB Stadium. That could only be referring to the case 6 years ago, right?
The half-body serial killing.
I need to know more about that case. Changed my life. Forever. So that's why I came.
Regarding Mizuki's smartphone, if it gets reception, I can connect to any network. I can make calls and send and receive, hi Miss Lacane, messages on Nile. Mizuki says, I don't want you to know about my private life. If I leave my eyes closed, you won't be able to see it, right, Aiba? Which is why she still carries her smartphone around. That goes backwards. Oh. Okay, nifty.
Who sent the message?
I don't know. It was sent from an account that signed up with a fake name. Someone must have wanted me to discover the body.
Someone?
Maybe the culprit.
Why would the
It seems like
culprit do that
Mizuki's
to
the main
you?
character of this game.
I don't know.
There is one more thing we don't know. The masked woman who shot at us earlier. Who could this person of interest be? And why did she try to kill you?
Haven't found any, though there is something I did.
The fuck?
Bingo. There isn't a single footprint. Also, just how did the culprit do it?
Abyss is a... You do technically outrank me, ma'am.
Huh.
Wow.
Really?
And Miss Lacane, yeah, we are indeed in detective territory. So when Mizuki is 18 years old, she's an intern at Abyss. And when she was 12, the other half of this body was found. And then somebody texted her and was like, HB Stadium, and it's the other half of the body,
You don't
6
need
years
to worry
later.
about the formalities with me.
So the HB serial killer was never found. Yeah.
What? For real? I can be casual with you?
Do you want to get your ass kicked?
Sorry. Sorry, ma'am.
Weird though, isn't it? He got killed 6 years ago, but the body shows up now? Oh, no. Nah. The lining has heating wires in it, so I'm warm. Oh, thank you for the concern, though.
his
It's
name again?
Kagami. Kagami. I told you it's Kagami!
Poor guy. Nobody ever remembers him. Here yet? Oh boy. Now we get to play the game where I need to figure out how to progress. Just look at him regular.
The more shocking facts out. The estimated time of death is approximately 9 hours ago.
Wait, how? That's not possible. What? He was killed 6 years ago.
What? 9 hours ago?
It is currently 9 o'clock, so that would mean he was killed around 12.
Wait. Hold on. 6 years ago,
Hold that thought. There's more. As you can see, the body was cut in two. There are no other external wounds on the body. It appears that he was sliced in half while he was still alive.
Awful.
As for what was used to cut him, I am sorry, but that cannot be determined.
What do you mean?
Judging by the cross-section, it is clear that it was not a blade. It could not be a laser or pressurized water either.
Then what was it?
As I said, I do not know. The body was cut at the molecular level. There is hardly any blood left in the body. It could be speculated that the corpse was left with the cut section facing the ground. However, there are no traces of any blood flow on the ground. Therefore, it is clear that he was murdered at some other location.
Hey. Okay, now we're progressing.
6 years ago, Jin Furue's body was discovered in Studio Divita.
Alright. Said scanning the QR code. I could try to scan the QR code. Maybe. It might be too pixelated. Hang on, let me go to my QR scanner particularly. QR reader. Ugh. Focus. It can't focus, it's too... it's too close.
And now, his left half was found here at the stadium. And yet his time
Enhance.
is 12 o'clock today. Which means that half his body was alive very recently. What the hell is going on? My brain is doing cartwheels trying to figure this out.
Well, there's probably some secret technology that we won't find out about until the 11th hour. Boss.
Aiba?
Hold on, did Aiba just appear?
Yeah.
Wait, let me put my earphones in.
Can you hear me, boss?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I looked into Jin Furue's family background. Not only did he not have a twin, but there is no record of him ever having siblings. There are no signs of him ever having been frozen. That half-body was definitely alive until just recently.
So, I mean, the obvious answer is cloning, right?
I, of course, did consider it a possibility, but both faces match perfectly. The rest depends on the DNA results. What?
I mean, the heart is in the left half of the body.
I get it. You think they might have sewn the body back together?
No, there are no traces of that. And were you two being serious? You do realize the cerebrum, brainstem, and spinal cord were completely severed in two?
I have no idea what's going on, but this case is definitely connected to the incident 6 years ago.
Which means the half-body case isn't over yet.
AI talking smack. 6 years ago, I was 12. I obviously wasn't an Abyss then. I wasn't part of the investigation at all. I didn't know much about the case. I did see some of the investigation documents during my training. But the information there wasn't much better than the information on the internet, so I couldn't get the full picture.
Hey, Aiba. How much do you know about the HB serial killings?
As you know, my knowledge of the case is about the same as yours. Due to the explosion 6 years ago, I lost all of my memories from a few days before that point. and due to poor connection, I was unable to send or retrieve any backups.
What about you, boss?
Same for me. Ryuki was the one on the case at the time. I don't know anything other than what he reported.
What about the stuff he didn't report?
I'm not a psychic. How would I know something that he didn't tell me?
Aiba, where's Ryuki now?
I've determined the location from Tama's GPS. Currently, Ryuki seems to be in Golden Yokocho.
That's where we hang out. Once you move to a different area, map will be displayed. Use map, select location. Okay, so this is a little disconcerting. We keep going back to 6 years ago without them warning us. This is 6 years ago again.
Hey, what's going on with you? Memory problems? Brain disorder or something? You look like you're losing it a little.
No, it's nothing.
Boss was invited here by Ma, a host from Kabuki-cho.
Yeah, so it looks like we are... So at one side we are taking Mizuki's perspective, and now we're in Ryuki's perspective, but 6 years ago. So this is the other half of the body.
Ma told her, let's go on this online show together. It looks so fun. But immediately after she showed up, she was sent a Nile message that read, sorry, something came up.
So in other words, he flaked on her.
Boss tried to go home, but the show's staff stopped her and begged her to find a replacement.
So she called up her obedient underling, huh? How convenient.
Yeah, you remember now?
Remember? You never told me anything about this Ma guy.
Ah, so Tama told you. After I asked her not to.
The estimated time of death was about 40 hours ago. Today is February 10th. Current time 2200. Which means he died around 6 o'clock February 9th.
So this half is still dead.
Yesterday morning.
There's hardly any blood left in his body.
I wonder if we're going to be time jumping this entire game with Ryuki in the past and Mizuki in the future.
His body must have been left
Or if this
with
is a
blood
temporary
slightly
thing.
raised and the cut side facing the ground. Blood naturally flowed out as a result, leaving the cut surprisingly clean and visible.
In case you were wondering, Tama and Aiba are both AIs that live in their eyeballs.
The cut appears to have been made by something far thinner than paper.
Thinner than paper?
For example, something with zero thickness, like a 2D surface.
There's no
What's more is that it doesn't seem like the connections between
So Tama is saying the same thing Aiba was saying. It is severed at the molecular level.
Themselves?
I'm just an inspector.
We're both going after the culprit together. I'd like to get to know you.
Wow, what an honor. My name is Kagami.
I see.
Jin Furo. I actually follow him on Twitter.
Actually getting Venture Brother vibes from this. What's Venture Brothers?
He cuts through all the BS of the modern world. He is insightful, inspiring in a way. Well...
What? You still haven't taken DNA samples?
Easier said than done. Most of the blood was drained from the body, so we have no choice but to take samples from the organs. Wait, hey, this is no place for a kid.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're right next to the body.
She's just like, both of my parents were murdered. I have no fear anymore.
So? Well, you could be traumatized for life seeing something like this.
I'm fine. I've seen
You've
worse.
seen worse.
Anyway, you're in the way.
Adult Swim Show was an episode the scientist's dad accidentally teleported parts of himself around. Half of him was in the wall, the other half was by a sewer. Gross.
Well, there you have it.
It does say side Ryuki as opposed to side Mizuki.
So in other words, you don't have anything.
Please!
Looks like...
Yeah.
It looks like he's just standing there.
Is it true? It's hard to believe.
It's all right now.
My Hero Academia reference?
Half for all! We are full-time heroes!
You okay, Mr. Ryuki? I feel like you aren't exactly sound of mind right now.
Ryuki can sometimes, oftentimes, get weird like this. He isn't doing well mentally. One of my jobs is to support him. Aww.
We work in the same building and you don't know my name. Can't blame you, though.
I mean,
You're
assuming Ryuki is who I believe he is, his brain has been through a lot.
Metro PD.
Again, I'm really bad at remembering names from the first game, but I'm pretty sure I know who he is.
I already know all about you. No need to say it. Kurito Ryuki, 23 years old. Due to your excellent marks, you skipped a few grades at an elite private university and graduated at 21. Afterward, you went through training at Police Academy for 15 months and were accepted into Abyss last summer. It's incredibly rare for anyone to get into Abyss without having stepped foot on a crime scene. Don't tell me you slept your way in with Boss.
Of course I didn't. I took the formal exam and Boss acknowledged my abilities.
That whole background makes me think that maybe, I don't know who Ryuki is.
You mean your endurance? You're a
Must be
young
someone with
guy.
a similar name.
Yeah, Boss definitely seems more into the marathons than the sprints.
What are you talking about?
Well, Ryuki, when a man and a woman love each other very much...
You don't have to explain it. I get it.
Unfortunately, nothing yet. HQ still hasn't gotten any reports about the half-body being found. Hell, maybe it's never going to be found. What if that body crossed over time and space to get here? It's possible, right?
No?
No?
There's no one else available.
What?
I know this case could get dangerous. It might be too hot to assign to a rookie. But then again, you have a reliable partner with you.
I'll give you hands-on assistance for this investigation.
It's Jin Furue, no doubt about it. He was like an advisor who represented the young talent. I saw him a lot on the news online. This is so strange. Why just his right half?
I know her name, without asking. Iris Sagan. I was introduced before the show started, and...
She was involved in the new Cyclops serial killings that happened last November.
That was the first game.
You read the reports.
Yeah, so I know enough about what happened. Mr. Date was also on that case.
Oh, by the way, this case and the new Cyclops serial killings, whoops, are not related. Though that is just a hunch. You don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I don't trust you at all. Because in the original game, they're like, oh yeah, the old Cyclops killings and the new Cyclops serial killings, they're not related at all. They were related.
Does she look okay to
Not
you?
the way you expected, but they were related.
I already talked to the other detective. I want to go home already. Teleportation.
What?
That body teleported here from a parallel world. But only half of his body was able to make it through. That's why he was split in half. Jeez.
Speaking of people whose brains have been through a lot,
Mizuki Date, 12 years old. Her former name is Okiura, but she was adopted by my superior officer, Kaname Date. That's why I've met her a few times before.
Like the time you carried Date home on your back after he had one too many rounds.
I don't know. Not his guardian, you know. He got all giddy about taking a long vacation. He's probably at a cabaret club in Meguro right now, pouring some ponzu on that Reika chick's fat thighs.
Reika is a hostess girl Date has been eyeing. She works the hostess bar, Teeth Blau. Unfortunately, I've never met her, but according to Aiba, she looks like a giant stone lantern or an oil drum. Oh my god.
What? Iris is totally freaking out. When are you letting me leave anyway? That other detective said you still had questions you needed to ask. Of course, I've seen him online a bunch of times.
His name is Moma Kumakura. He's a leader of the Kumakura gang, which is under the Ujisaki family.
I know. The Kumakuras are known for being peculiar, even among Yakuza.
Because they're not super violent.
Why is their leader at a live-streamed quip?
Oh, you mean
Shinpei?
Shinpei Wagai. That's his name.
It's a name! He's not just thug number 2!
He was one of our members until just recently.
Was?
Yeah, he went clean. Left the life completely.
Good job, thug number 2.
And where is he now?
Who knows? The moment he saw the corpse, he flew out of the room, white as a sheet. He's probably puking into a toilet somewhere. Anyway, it's real fucked up. Even people in my world wouldn't kill someone so gruesomely. That bastard. Scaring Tessa like this. Whoever did this better make
Tessa
sure the
is
cops get to
Iris's
her before
nickname.
I do.
Which he's probably about to say. Okay, I have to run an ad break, so I will BRB. Okay, we back. And we have peanut butter bread now.
The identity of the deceased has been confirmed through facial recognition. Jin Furue, 29 years old, the CEO of Music Food Co. Ltd. He's also an executive at several IT firms, consultation companies, investment firms, and advertising agencies. His columns and essays are featured in various magazines and online media. He's quite a successful author. Wait.
What is it?
This might not be related to the case, but I just thought of something. Ryuki, would you mind moving closer to the body?
He's missing one of his back teeth.
Yes, the first molar of his upper jaw was completely removed from its root. Judging by the impression left in the gums, it looks like it was removed just recently.
Okay, so they took the tooth, and then from the tooth DNA grew a clone, and let that one live for 6 years, and then killed that one too.
Fray to free?
Fray can mean battle, tatter, ravel, or strain. Free is self-explanatory.
To set free or release.
So the phrase could mean something like fight to set free.
What's with that QR code?
The thing is, there seems to be an error in the Abyss communication system. We're having issues getting online.
What? Come on.
What? You got a problem with that?
No, not at all.
Tam was pushy. Iba's a little bit more submissive.
It's Kagami. Okay. I told you.
Oh, why that's a running joke.
By the way, Ryuki, there's something about the corpse's head that's been bothering me. It's hard to see from here, so here's the image I took earlier.
What's this?
It's an enlarged picture of Jin's temporal region, near the back of his head. It's hard to see because of the hair in the way, but there are signs of traumatic subcutaneous hematoma. In other words, there's bruising. I think he got hit with a blunt object.
Like he was knocked out first and then cut in half?
Someone hit him from behind?
Probably, but I don't think this is a fatal wound. There's no damage to the skull or brain itself. And as you can clearly see, his cause of death was being split in half. There are no other visible wounds besides the head trauma. He must have been cut in two while he was alive.
Anything else I can click on? Gotta figure out how to progress. I must say, I do really miss the visual novel style of 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. I really do not care for this this style where you're just trying to figure out how to progress.
Oh, right. I remember now. You're Mr. Oshamambe, aren't you?
Not even close.
It's not even close.
Pixel hunting simulator, yeah, I don't care for it. Even worse is when I have enough information to like know where I need to go next, but I need to find out what I need to click on to make Date realize that in the first game. So far that hasn't happened yet here, but whoop, whoop, whoop.
I think he introduced himself to me before the show started. His name was Andes Kameji, I think.
That's his stage name, of course. His real name is Yoneharu Enda. He's a comedian.
I'd never heard of him before. He must not be very good.
Damn, Ryuki.
Oh, and I suppose you can do better, asshole. What do you know about comedians? Listen, comedians are all doing their best so they can bring people joy. And here you are, just...
Okay. I'm sorry.
I've known Tama for more than half a year now, but I still have a hard time understanding what sets her off. I had no idea that was a sensitive subject.
Are you still out of it, Mr. Ryuki? This is Studio Devaita in Minato Roppongi. It's a rental studio, mostly used for live streaming, filming, that kind of thing. Did you really not understand what you were getting into when you agreed to this?
Okay. Theorization time. So in Zero Time Dilemma, going back to different game, but in Zero Time Dilemma, there was an AI that was hooked up to a quantum computer that could see through multiple timelines and, could jump around to get information from anywhere they needed. We don't know a whole lot about the Wadjet system that powers the AI in Aiba and Tama. But what if it could do something like that? And that's why we're just jumping back and forth.
We arrived here right as the stream was about to begin. They made us sit in the contestant seat right away without telling us anything.
Well, the title of our show is right there.
Faith to Face, our special 6-hour live stream marathon, brought to you by Amabi TV.
We cut the stream, of course, but the cameras should have been running when that body appeared. I'm sure all of Japan, or even the world tuning in on the internet, is in shock right now.
Ryuki, I've got a connection. The QR code link. It leads to a ViewCube page.
I did all of the mandatory clicks.
ViewCube? You mean...
Yes, the video streaming site.
Whose account does the channel belong to?
No idea.
Okay.
What?
I'm sorry. Can you please open it?
That's better.
I like Tama. She's kind of mean. This is difficult to watch because of the bad quality. Yeah, what the hell's going on exactly? All right.
What's wrong, Ryuki?
Is that Japanese? Ryuki's glitching out.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Much like Date, it seems like... Well, actually not like Date. Date never did anything like that. But like Date, it seems like Ryuki has some mental issues that the AI eyeball is helping him deal with. But seems like maybe more severe problems. Team Zero Escape presents. Oh, that's how what we had to get through to get to the opening sequence, huh? It's been over an hour, by the way. Haru Uchikoshi. Pewter! I actually really like Pewter. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to appear. Ha! It's cut in half. Yeah, I have a feeling that cut in half is gonna be a theme. Because you never have a theme in just one place. And that's why we are perspective sharing between Mizuki and Ryuki.
Oh, it's Brahmin.
You are familiar with it?
Yeah, I've been here a bunch of times. Ryuki is supposed to be here?
I'm certain of it.
Okay, let's go in.
I hope Date, wherever he is doing okay without Aiba.
Jin Furue's other half was found. The other side of his corpse. The one we couldn't find 6 years ago. The time of his death was around 12 o'clock today. What do you think that means? Answer me, Ryuki! You were in charge of the HB case, weren't you?
Make it a side part, please.
And he never solved it, and is probably pretty depressed about it.
What kind of dream is he having?
How should I know?
Should we try wink syncing?
Forget it. It'd just be a waste of battery.
Wink syncing? What is that?
They're gone.
Where to?
I don't know. Maybe to the mirror world?
What?
Genny, being this man? Full name, Gen Ishiagane. I met him several times in the past when I was in Date's left eye socket.
Yeah, Genny is the owner of this fusion restaurant, Brahmin. He runs it all by himself without hiring any help. Where could he be? It's not like him to leave his customers like this. Ryuki, please, tell me about 6 years ago. I want to know all about what happened back then. The HB case and the explosion are related. If I can solve the HB case, maybe I can figure out where he is.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
I'll take a double shochu curry shot.
He's super wasted right now, oh my god.
Mizuki. Ryuki's blood alcohol level is 0.32%. He is quite intoxicated. In fairness, the reason he's like this now is because of that incident. He had psychological issues before, but the events of the case deepened his condition. As you can see, he now spends his days drowning himself in alcohol.
That's really sad. He's having to self-medicate.
So if we solve this case, we might be able to heal his trauma?
It's possible.
Then it's all the more reason for him to help. For his own sake, too.
He might not be able
Still, I doubt he would wake up even if you cut his eyelids off. What will you do?
Isn't it obvious? I'll sync with him. Come on, Ryuki. Wake up!
Alright. Get ready for the first sync. I feel like we can't give our impression of the game without doing a sync puzzle first. And after that, I'll give my thoughts. Usually I give it 1 hour in, but this game takes a little bit to get started. Hey, Pewter! You're back! Well, I guess it is 6 years later. Let me explain something I've put on hold. First, we'll go with ABIS. Stands for Advanced Investigation Squad. Organization, state-of-the-art technology to investigate inside of the human brain during criminal investigations. Common place to talk to suspects and witnesses, gather information. Some of them stay mum or have disabilities or too traumatized to speak. What should we do with these people? Go in their heads. It's like syncing, actually. Syncing into the deepest parts of their psyche and interacting with their hidden secrets. We call this syncing. The person performing this is the sinker. Sinker goes into somnium of suspects. Look for hidden hints. Job of this to use this information to find the true culprit.
Wait, you didn't see her at the stadium?
I did, but she's not back yet?
Of course not. This is Boss we're talking about. She's probably at a host club in Kabukicho, licking the salt off her third tequila shot right about now. I know. I got the report. Jin Furroway's right half was found in Studio Devitas 6 years ago. The other half was found at the stadium today, correct? But the corpse's estimated time of
Yeah, I
death
guess he
was
might have
around 12
served his time.
No signs of the body having been frozen. And Jin doesn't have any tools. The theory of the right and left half belonging to different people was debunked earlier, too.
What do you mean?
We got the DNA results. The DNA extracted from Jin's right half 6 years ago. The base sequence was an exact
I mean,
match
he
with the
still
left
could have
half
had a
was
secret
found.
identical twin. They have identical
100%
DNA.
match. The right half was found 6 years ago. Today is all. What could it?
Just saying. I know they said no siblings, but
Mizuki, do you really intend to sync with him?
Would it be a problem because he's drunk or something?
No, but what I mean is, you haven't gotten permission from Boss, have you?
when is that gonna stop her?
I understand how you feel, Mizuki. I'm sure you want to solve the HB case more than anyone. After all, you lost two very precious things due to that incident. Date, of course.
Okay. So that's when Date left.
And your left eye. At least we didn't have to extract your eye to insert the AI ball. There was nothing left to extract.
Game usually explains why Pewter is not in prison. It's because I didn't answer the spoiler questions in the first bit. Ugh! Telling me I'm gonna have to start the game over?
am glad the room was vacant. I don't do well with roommates.
I seriously, once I'm done with this stream, like off stream, I might just start the game over so that I can get the updates. The updates I deserve.
We shouldn't delve too deeply into this case. I have a very bad feeling about all this.
Don't worry. Boss didn't technically give me permission to sync, but she did assign the investigation to me.
Are you sure about this?
That's a lie too.
Yeah.
There will be no turning back.
I know.
I see. What happened 6 years ago? Ryuki's memories may hold the answer.
I mean, let's be real, though. They need him.
Mizuki, the time limit within Somnium is 6 minutes. Stay there any longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed into the subject's mind.
I got it. This isn't my first time syncing, you know.
Okay then, let's begin.
Aiba, I hate you. Do you know how long it took me to get that song out of my head with how often it plays in the finale? Why would you do this to me, Aiba?
I've been practicing. How's my dancing?
Yeah, looking good. Wriggling around like a freshly caught shrimp.
Oh, no, not you two. I'm too cute to be a shrimp.
Hey, listen. Now's no time for a dance number.
Yes. Oh, Mizuki. Do you know your way around Somnia? If you are assigned to this case, you will be sinking many times, I'm sure. Would you like a refresher?
Nah, it's fine.
Well, if you do, the manual explain.
I'm assuming it is the same as the previous game. The tutorial for the other stuff was not useful to me at all,
This
so...
desk and camera are from the interrogation room.
But there's no walls or ceiling. What am I supposed to do in a place this bare?
Well, before anything, Somnium scan! Activate!
Interlock 1, 2, and 3, probably. There's not really a whole lot to investigate in this very blank room. Dispel Ryuki's hallucinations and find the truth. Ryuki is trapped by hallucinations, help him overcome them and discover the truth. Difficulty standard, time reduction speed normal, interaction times normal, retry count 3.
This layer of Ryuki's Somnium appears to have 3 mental locks.
So I gotta unlock those, right?
Correct. By doing so, you can travel deeper into his psyche. The truth is found in the deepest layer.
Okay, I'll start with this room first.
Right. There isn't much to interact with, but there must be a way to continue.
Wait, where's the... There's no timer. Why is there no timer?
A folding chair. Same
Maybe I
as the
should have gone
kind
through
in
the tutorial.
interrogation room.
0 seconds.
Try sitting on it.
There. Oh, what?
DMK. We are doing our first
Ryuki.
Somnium in this game.
Mizuki, now is your chance to question him.
I got this.
Ryuki.
This first Somnium appears to be untimed, perhaps because it is a tutorial. This was not the case in the previous game.
Why do you keep making me remember? Damn it. Damn it. I was so close to finally forgetting. Please. Stop!
Iva?
A lot of games of historic brawl. Xanathar all the way. Nice.
Iva, you okay?
Yeah, it just got really bright. What was that explosion?
That blue thing. Is it an eyeball?
Ryuki, do you know the culprit?
Do you?
What is this? Wait, it's a reverse sync. What? Ryuki's consciousness is flowing into your brain, Mizuki.
Yeah. Yeah. We're in Mizuki's brain now. Oh, Tema.
This is...
Mr. Date's house.
15 eyeballs gained. Oh my god, okay. Well, now we're on side Ryuki. As far as I can tell, there isn't a way to switch between the sides at will. Oh, hey, look! An Addo Rabbit. We almost got killed by Addo Rabbit in the previous game. Date is a little bit of a freak. This is not how his apartment usually appears.
What is this? Soup?
Do you know the culprit?
The culprit's name. I don't know.
Intrusion boarded.
Thinking we just picked a path there. I'm assuming that, later, when we figure out what the culprit's name is, we go back to that, give the culprit's name. How did you know that? Shifting.
So is everything okay?
It should be. But it is peculiar. Usually, the sinker goes into the subject's mind.
You're gonna be going to an LGS today! Oh, that sounds like so much fun! I hope that you enjoy drafting from Legacy Cube. That sounds awesome!
But for some reason, the subject's consciousness was able to slip into
Parallel worlds, yeah.
But you should be fine now. We have blocked the route of intrusion. We are reconnecting to Ryuki's mind via another path.
That's good. But why did that happen?
Loads in on Ryuki, okay.
This place is...
It's the cathedral.
Oh, so this is what you were talking about.
Hey, is that rubble?
It appears as though the collapse was halted halfway through.
Oh, it's Ryuki.
I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Wait, Mizuki. You can only remain insomnia for 6 minutes, 360 seconds. For some reason or another, the passage of time in the interrogation room was slower.
For some reason, that is because you were figuring out the game still.
That is not the case.
Okay, now we're gonna have a
You need to
proper
find
timer.
info within 6 minutes, right?
While I remain still, time almost stops. But time progresses when I am in motion.
That's the system that Pewter came up with, right? I swear that Pewter is like a tech god. Thank you, XCon!
It's an interesting way to compliment
Interesting
someone.
way to compliment someone.
I love Pewter.
Anyway, if you are stuck, simply stop moving and observe your surroundings. Look at the map and try to get a hold of the situation.
Yeah. Go ahead and check that don't display this message again box.
I don't have that function.
Okay. He's over there, I'm right. Ooh,
What's this?
he's protecting himself.
Oh, we're surrounded.
The rubble turned into a hand. Ryuki's dream sure is creepy.
Darn, we cannot get through. We need to find a way out of here.
Oh, this torch.
A brazier. I can interact with this for whatever reason. It looks like a normal brazier.
Touch it.
No.
Please, come on. Just the tip, please.
Mizuki,
Okay then.
come now.
Hot!
So it's fire that's not hot?
This fire must have shadow traits.
Shadow traits?
Different properties from the real world. For example, consider fire that is not hot. It is as though it is missing a property that it has in the real world. These shadows are usually heavily affected by the nature of dreams, so we might not extinguish this fire in the usual predictable fashion.
Ryuki's dream is trapped by the shadows. The shadows are...
Mizuki, I have obtained a key.
What's that?
A key is a new function that Pewter came up with. It uses an algorithm to clarify the rules of a Somnium world or the sync subject psyche.
In other words, it tells you how the dream works?
Correct.
Damn, we can do that now? Pewter's legit.
The sync system has evolved greatly.
The key can help with unlocking mental locks and better understanding the subject. By searching more, the key will be updated and information accumulated.
So the more I search, the more hints I get.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have a ruling that this game is better than the previous game. The fact that there are even hints at all in Somnium, I think is going to make this play experience better. The fact that I was able to not entirely turn off QTEs, but slow them down to their easiest level, that's going to make my play experience much better. The fact that Somnium difficulty level can be adjusted at will in the middle of the game, so if you're stuck, you don't necessarily have to look up a walkthrough. I think that they have worked on gameplay elements that I found tedious, annoying, or just too difficult in the first game. And it seems like they're at least trying to make that better. So, I mean, assuming this story doesn't suck, this is probably going to be the better game. Stuck in a Somnium, open the lock info to find more clues.
A brazier.
If this brazier is a shadow, we can't extinguish it in the normal way.
Let's try something that doesn't normally extinguish fires.
Alright, suck in really hard.
I do have amazing suction.
Amazing suction! Bravo! Marvelous!
Huh? Deja vu?
Looks like the shadow traits were the key after all.
The shadows are always missing a single aspect.
That rubble there. Is that lower than before?
Do we have another time limit?
If we do, we cannot be wasting time. All right. Let's chase after Ryuki. If you get lost, use the map.
Yeah, I know.
There's a map now? Was there always a map? I feel like there was not always a map in Somnium. Yeah, this game's better. I don't think I had this before.
Hey, Ryuki.
It's not my fault. Please forgive me. Forgive me! Damn it!
We're trapped in this space again.
But if we get rid of something with the shadow trait, maybe we can get out.
It's a bottle of brandy. It looks like a normal brandy bottle.
Is this Ryuki's favorite drink?
Yes. I've seen Ryuki drink this brand before. Ryuki was drinking right before the sink, which is probably why it showed up in his dream.
He's just a drunkard.
I do think Ryuki has a reliance on alcohol. Though it is all mental, it is not easy to overcome such an addiction. You don't have to sympathize with him, but you should at least understand.
I see. Oh, yay! I got a timey!
You know what a timey is, don't you?
It's like a useful item that changes the flow of time, right?
For the most part, timey is a material capable
sometimes
of
it can
modifying the
screw
way
you
the
over.
brain processes time.
Negative timies.
By using this, you can slow down or speed up time in the Somnium world.
I invented it!
You go, Pewter!
You cannot hold on to too many at a time, so be sure to use them as they come.
Mizuki, you have 5 minutes left.
It's brandy. Why do you want me to puke?
I thought it might help you remember when we're... So?
No. Though I am starting to taste something sour.
I bet you can taste...
Anyway...
I'm gonna check out the other one.
An evolver is It's an evolver.
Is it Ryuki?
Unless there is a special request. All members are issued the same firearm, so we cannot tell. But there is one thing I notice.
What is it?
I do not feel any electromagnetic forces. The evolver utilizes electromagnetism, so it
Okay,
should
so
be
that's the thing
emitting
that's off.
Oh, maybe it's...
Perhaps. It's an evolver.
Interesting, some of the text options are red and some are white. I wonder if that has any meaning.
Are you sure? This might have ill effects on Ryuki's mind.
It's fine!
You should take this. My apologies, Ryuki.
Huh.
It went through.
I guess there's no point shooting Ryuki.
Okay, these clues are not really clues so much as, like, poems.
It's an evolver. Which method do you want to try?
You don't...
I do. Above all else.
In that case, can you... What? Iva! Iva!
It was a blank. My ears are ringing. I have other hope.
What were you planning on...
It appears obeying your command was the right thing to do.
Oh.
Ryuki!
He considered suicide. See, I was thinking that, but I was like, oh, shooting it at him because he was considering suicide. But no, I had to, like, copy him.
Damn it! Damn it! It's no use. Me dying.
Poor guy.
Are these feet?
I can't die yet. I'll carry this forever.
Happened, he's still holding on to his regrets and is in
Let's
denial.
chase after Ryuki.
Well, looked like he went up the stairs.
This again.
But now we know what to do. We need to find the thing with shadow.
Yes. But it looks like we can only interact with Ryuki. Hey, Ryuki.
I can't forget about what I did. I have no future.
His face is pitiful.
What's a typical...
I mean, he looks normal.
He's probably not...
Ryuki.
I did nothing wrong. I forgot it all. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my days.
Good timing.
Oh, you see...
Get a hook! Huh?
Didn't get...
You have 4 minutes remaining.
This Ryuki doesn't have a shadow.
That must...
So we should...
Yes. The...
Ota would probably love the praise, but this is Ryuki, the honor student we're talking about here.
Ryuki, you're doing well. Just forget it all. You did nothing wrong. No one's going to resent you. Boss and everyone else accepts you. Just rest. Take some time off. Enjoy yourself.
No! That's not... Stop! It's all my fault! Which is why I needed to do something!
All right.
No, 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 no! No forgiveness! No mercy! Never! Never!
The fire.
What is Ryuki holding on to that's hurting him like this?
I mean, I'm assuming it's the fact that he never solved the murder? It's over here. The little triangle pointing to an item that I can click on, also an improvement.
This ideas.
In the first game, that would have been too far away for me to see.
What? Ryuki!
That's...
I'm sorry. I didn't think this would happen.
You're gonna solve everything. Everything.
Blood.
Let's get out of here, Mizuki.
Traded places with him. Wonder what the eyeball currency is all about. Mizuki Chapter 0, clear Ryuki Somnium away from your dream. That was the achievement that just popped up. Yay, we finished the tutorial. Dispossessed. You don't just keep 500 eyeballs in your drawer? I'm not the new I'm not the Cyclops killer, man.
It's the middle of the night.
Who are you again? It's not Bikini. It's not Zucchini either. Oh, I remember. It's
Oh, I'm Ryuki's,
Looks like he hasn't sobered up yet.
I'm not leaving until you give me answers. You probably weren't listening to me at Brahmin.
No need. Jin Furue's other half was found, but the body was alive until noon today. You want to know how? It's simple. Jin's left half flew here. It flew through time from the world 6 years ago.
What are you talking about? Ryuki, I looked inside your mind.
I know. You synced with me, didn't you?
He's not so red anymore. He's starting to sober up, I guess.
Who was that person?
That person?
The person who was reaching out to you at the end of the Somnium.
Maybe it was Date. Ugh.
Tell me. Something happened 6 years ago that I don't know about. What was it?
It's not always 6 years, though.
You really want to know?
Yeah.
You could be putting yourself in danger.
I'm not afraid.
Fine. Then I'll tell you. But I'm sure there's no need to explain what happened on February 10th, 6 years ago.
Yeah, I was there, at the studio.
Alright. Then I'll start from the part you don't know about. The day after the incident. February 11th.
Got it. 6 years ago. Got it. Dude, why is Tama sitting in her
What's up, Ryuki?
cleavage, though?
Mr. Date.
What's wrong? You've been staring.
Oh, it's nothing.
Like broken
I found
claws.
out what that rug actually costs, by the way. Something like 500 million yen.
That's true. I confiscated it from a thief.
Are you allowed to do that? I thought you were on vacation.
Yeah, new labor laws. I'm supposed to be on break.
And why are you here?
Well, why not? I was bored, so I thought I'd come play darts.
This is supposed to be a place of business. Could you not play around in here?
What? This room is full of things to play with. Huh? Is there something on my face?
Well,
Let me guess. Eye patch? Looks cool, doesn't it? I'm wearing the patch because Iva ran away from home.
That's not the whole story, though, is it, Dante? You tried to watch a VR video of bikini girls splitting watermelons at the beach.
I can't do this anymore. I am done being your partner.
So I got left out of Dante's eye socket and ended up at my place.
Oh my god.
so she's at your house right now?
No, she's working on a top secret mission.
What mission?
If I told you, it wouldn't be top secret.
I saw the news last night. I talked to Boss earlier too, so I know the gist of what's going on. A corpse suddenly appeared in the middle of a live stream, right? For some reason, just the right half, like it traveled through time and space. Advice? I only give advice when I'm drinking. Shall we?
It's not even noon yet.
Who cares? I'm on vacation.
Well, I'm not.
Come on. My treat, as usual.
I've seen Mr. Date drunk several times before, but not once have I seen him open his wallet.
No, I'll just handle this myself.
What? Drink with me.
What?
You went to a host club in Kabukicho after the investigation, didn't you?
Who would do such a thing?
So the explanation that the game gives here, if you answer the spoiler quiz, is Date is just wearing a mask. Wow.
I mean, you usually do that.
I went straight home last night. I can't be out drinking every night. My kid would never let me hear the end of it.
I'm sorry, your kid?
Yeah, my little girl. At least, I think she's a little girl. I didn't spot any dangly bits, so unless she says otherwise.
I had no idea you had a daughter, boss.
Neither did I.
I didn't know either. Why'd you keep that a secret all this time?
It wasn't a secret. No one asked. It hasn't even been half a day. No new info for you yet. Jin's left half hasn't been found yet either.
Why did his right half burst into flames like that?
We're still looking into it, but I was told they haven't recovered any mechanical or electrical pieces.
So, it wasn't a time bomb.
Do you think it could have been spontaneous combustion?
Who knows? Yeah, the entire country's been talking about it all day.
Not just Japan, but the whole world. A body sliced in half suddenly appeared in the middle of a broadcast? And then there was that weird QR code, too. I'd be surprised if it didn't go viral.
But how strange. There was a blackout before the corpse appeared, right? So why didn't the stream get cut off?
I remember Mr. Date telling me, you like to hit that thing when you're feeling stressed out, right, boss?
Oh, no, I wouldn't do something so brutish. I just throw it against the wall.
That's even worse.
Nice and soft. It feels kind of soothing being here.
Anything to promote office wellness.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
Well then, you won't mind if I join you. I'm kidding.
Her name is Tama. She's a kind of robot known as an eyeball, and right now I suppose her gender is set to female. She's usually nested in my left eye socket and supports me on investigations. She is my left eye and also my partner. Most of my conversations with Tama are done in my mind. That goes for when she's in my eye socket, and while she's out and about like
Tama,
this.
show me the news.
That's not how you ask for a favor, is it?
I beg of you, Lady Tama.
How about this?
Tama's connected to my brain through a wireless link. That's how we're able to exchange information while Tama is out of my eye socket. Wait, Tama.
I said news, not nudes.
Oh yeah, I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Tama. I'm an eyeball robot, kinda. Inside me is an advanced autonomous artificial intelligence I can comprehend, decide, and export. The key to all of this is my core programming called the Wadjet system. Wadjet system was developed by the American technology company Elgoog. The Japanese government bought this technology in secret and provided it to police, Department of Defense, and top secret research facilities.
Wanna see it again?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't super want to see it again. It's kind of flashy. Saw the video last night and it triggers some weird stuff.
What is it, Ryuki?
The QR code on that sign was shown during the live stream too.
Yeah, quite clearly.
That means it was seen by people around the world.
They say the ViewCube video and the link got several million views.
The account is already deleted, but you know how it is. People uploaded copies to other sites almost immediately.
That means the actual number of people who saw it is several times greater.
Anything strange happened since?
What do you mean?
Maybe a bunch of people being sent to the hospital after seeing the video or something.
No, I haven't heard any reports like that so far.
I see.
Like I said,
So
the
maybe
upload
it's
of the
just
original
me.
video is unknown.
Need to be making
I
him
see a
little.
stupid-looking man's face, like this.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half might, half for all, we are full-time heroes!
Ryuki?
Ryuki likes My Hero Academia.
Maybe we should have a doctor take a look at him.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
You're trying to convince yourself, aren't you? Poor Ryuki, you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You'll try. What the hell is that? Why don't you say it like you mean it, asshole? It's your duty to solve this case.
I feel like Tama is not the right AI for this poor man.
I got it, Tama. Okay then. Tama and I will continue the investigation.
Oh, wait. Before Before you go, there's one thing I want you to be careful about. Abyss is having issues with the communication network right now. Any data obtained by your AI ball can't be uploaded to the cloud.
Yeah, I can't do any backups right now. I can only save data inside my body's storage.
So we'll be in big trouble if you break.
Yes, any data saved from today on will be lost.
Understood. We'll be careful.
So, where do you plan on going first?
I thought we'd start by asking around for more info. I haven't been able to talk to the people who are at the scene much yet.
So, I think I'm going to be ending this soon.
And Andy's Komeiji, the host.
But switching over to some magic.
Do you have their locations?
Yes, I've obtained each of their locations.
Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the game over on my own so that I can have my spoiler info in the game, because it's too much detective brain, need card brain. Yeah, like, I'll still save just in case, but I don't think I'm going to end up using it. I think I'm just gonna start over. When I exit the game, blah. Blah. So, I was like, but there's not multiple slots. There are multiple slots, but they open up as you use them. But yeah, I'm going to quit out. I'm gonna run a Worried About Life. Yes? This is Tama's room. You can communicate with Tama, ask for life advice, or dress her in different clothes. An experienced AI will give you advice.
Worried about work?
AI counseling service.
Work?
What's the difference between it's tough and it's hard?
I know you're working hard. Many things are better when it's tightened up, not loose. When things are loose, it doesn't feel real. The old man at Abyss said that.
Alright, anyway, I'm just trying to figure out how to quit, man. Files. Escape. There we go. I go to main menu that way. Top menu, like this. Yeah, I'm gonna run an ad break and then swap over to some magic, but overall, I'm thinking this game is gonna be an improvement over the previous one in terms of the puzzles. Yeah, the hints turned out to be not super useful, but the fact that it has the little triangle pointing to things that you can go to means that I'm not just wandering around randomly trying to see where I can click on things in Somnium. So yeah, it seems like the gameplay is going to be a little bit better. But yeah, I am going to run that ad now and BRB.